Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And the Bulls start out with the ball. Outside Rose. Pass to Pippen. Six to shoot. Outside Jordan. Releases. And he knocks down the jumper. Chicago on defense. Frazier with it. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Knocks down the step-back J.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Now here's Rose. Outside Pippen. Lets it go with the three. And yes, sir, that one drops.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
We play just over a minute here in the first. There's the pick. Outside Anthony. Houston nails the wide-open jump shot.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
And here's Rose. Pass to Jordan. Outside Pippen. Lock at 6. Back to Jordan. Tries from 10. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen.
Got himself into really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
Houston. Back to Frazier. Now here's Anthony. Now Frazier. Pass to Ewing. Back to Frazier. Deep. The shot is off. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now here's Rose. Now here's Frazier. A pass to DeBusschere. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Here's Rose. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And he jams it with authority. New York trailing. Outside Anthony. Pass to Frazier. Back to Anthony. Frazier outside. A floater. And here comes Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Stolen by Ewing. Jumps up. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Jordan with it. With the lead pass. Pass to Rodman. That's blocked. And here's Anthony. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Houston. And too long on the shot. Throws it up high. Here's Rose. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. And so it's New York with it. Trailing by 5. Now Frazier. Quiet so far offensively. Searching for his first points of the game. 6 on the shot clock. A pass to DeBusschere. A fadeaway. And And it's off the back rim, no good.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Here's the screen. Now Pippen. Back to Jordan. Rose with the ball. To the paint. And it's the Knicks with the ball. 7-point differential. Back to Anthony. A pass to DeBusschere. Houston. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Now here's Jordan. Back to Pippen. Jordan with it. Shot clock at 6. Outside Pippen. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Trailing by 10. They set the pick. Anthony can't hit.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Now the Knicks with it. Frazier outside. Frazier right side. Frazier right side. Jumper off the screen. Houston. And he connects with the jumper.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Pass to Rose. Now Pippen. Outside Pippen. 6 to shoot. And it's Chicago scoring again.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Here is Frazier. A pass to DeBusschere. Houston. Rodman with the rebound.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Outside Rose. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Frazier outside. Back to Anthony. Green for 2 points. Here's Rose. There's the pick. Gilmore. Can't hit. Pass to Frazier. Outside Anthony. 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He has 6.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Here's Rose. Michael Jordan on the wing. And it's Chicago scoring again.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Frazier with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Back to DeBusschere. Here's Ewing. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Outside Pippen. The kick out to Rose. Pass to Jordan. That's good. 8 points for him.
And Steve, it's also really remarkable what a solid shooter he is, even in the presence of tough, sticky defense. He smoothly and calmly executes.
They set the pick. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Pass to Frazier. Frazier right side. With the teardrop. And he sinks the layup.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Here is Armstrong. Back to Butler. Pass to Armstrong. Back to Butler. Right side, Butler. And he gets it to go. Here's Richardson. Here's Starks. And Charles Oakley out there with the slam. Here comes Armstrong. There's the screen. Pass to Butler. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And here are the Knicks. A 12-point game. And here's Richardson. Here's King. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Noah.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Sloan. Pass to Armstrong. And here is Butler. Goes up the baseline. Again, Chicago. Now, here's Richardson. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they? Here's King. Here's King. Back to Starks. 5 to shoot. And the shot is good. Here is Armstrong. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Noah. Armstrong. And here's Love. Here's Sloan. Offensive rebound. Noah in the post. And that one's good by Noah.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter play. Now, here is Stark. Here's King. Clock at 6. Richardson up top. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And he makes the first. And the Knicks making a change here. And Richardson drops them both. And Chicago has possession. Here is Armstrong. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Love outside. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Now Starks. Pass to Richardson. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Porzingis. Now Starks. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. That's good. He has 5.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
They set the screen. Here's Sloan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. No good on the free throw. And the Bulls making a change here. And he sinks the second. Now here's Richardson. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Oakley. Back to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Taken away. Here's the break. Knicks with the rebound. Here's King. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Offensive rebound. Oakley misses. And here are the Bulls now. 10-point lead. Here's Sloan. And he uses the glass on the layup. And so it's New York with it. Monroe with it. Back to Richardson. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And that one's good. Here is Armstrong. Outside Butler. Here's Sloan. That's to Armstrong. Here's Sloan. Here's Sloan. But they'll get another chance. Outside Dang. Second chance shot. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sloan. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And here's Richardson. He has 6. Here's Oakley. And the lead is down inside single digits.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Here's Sloan. Sloan's shot is off. Now Monroe. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Richardson. There's a good screen. Butler with the steal. Here is Armstrong. Outside Dan. Now here's Noah. From past the arc. Sloan's shot is off.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Pass to Monroe. Richardson with it. Clock at 6. Now here's Rick. Now Dan. Here is Armstrong. Trying to get back on track. No good. Now here's Richardson. He has 6. Comes up empty down low. Outside Butler. Outside Dan. Armstrong. Here's Sloan. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Chicago making some changes. New York trailing. Outside Anthony. There's the double team with Pippen. Here's Ewing. And a big-time jump right there. Chicago calls timeout. Rose with the ball. Pass to Pippen. And he gets it to go. Here is Frazier. Blocked. And here is Jordan. He's got 8. Right side, Jordan. Pass to Pippen. Outside, Jordan. Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 11.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Back to Ewing. Houston. 6 to shoot. Frazier outside. Here's Anthony, and he banks in the layup. Chicago leading. Now Rose. Pass to Jordan. Backing down. Rose. Six on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range. Count that one. 7 points in the game.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
There's a screen. Houston. Outside Anthony. Puts up a 3. Here's to Busher. And he converts the layup.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
Outside Rose. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And something else he has on his resume are his ball skills. What a ball handler and dribbler. I mean, he looks like he was born with a basketball in his hands. It looks like it's part of his body.
Here's Frazier, and there's the rejection. Outside Rose. Another one falls for Chicago.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Now here's Anthony. They set the pick. Houston. A pass to DeBush. Shot clock at 6. Anthony's shot is off. And here's Rose. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Now here's Jordan. Left side, Jordan. The jump hook, and that one's good. 13 points in the game.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He is yet to miss a shot.
A pass to DeBush. Another shot. He lays it in. Here's Rose. He's got 11. Now Jordan. Right side, Jordan. And that one's good.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Outside Anthony. Ewing. Pass to Frazier. Clock at 6. Houston buries the long-range jumper. He has 7. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
Yeah, and they've got to jump at the chance to actually stretch this thing out even more.
Good point. Jordan inside, and that one goes long.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Here's Pippen. 12 points for him. Pass to Rose. Right side Rose. 6 on the shot clock. And Scottie Pippen good for 3. 15 points in the game.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Back to Frazier. There's the 3. No good on the buzzer beater. So as we conclude the first half, so far, fairly one-sided. As we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan. Frazier outside. Soft touch off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Rose. Back to Pippen. Outside Rose. Outside Jordan. Pippen. And the 3 off target. Frazier outside. Tries it from 9. Good. 6 points for him.
I'm sure they're satisfied with that possession, guys. Very nice shot that time.
Outside Pippen. There's the screen. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Gilmore. That's good.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Houston. Now here's Frazier. There's the triple. Now here's Anthony. He's got 8. Outside Pippen. Makes the lead pass. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. Here is Frazier. Stolen by Rose. Jordan inside. And that one's good. 17 points in the game.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Here's the screen. Houston. Pass to Anthony. Backing him down. From 13. And he gets it to go.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now Pippen. Right side Pippen. Ewing gets the rebound. A difficult situation for New York. Houston. Fading away to create the space. He's got 9.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Now here's Pippen. 15 points in the game. Pass to Jordan. Back to Pippen. Lets the 3 fly. That is good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
Frazier with it. He's got 6. Houston. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. He's got 12. Here comes Derrick Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Left side Rose. Back to Rodman. 6 to shoot. Outside Rose. From deep. But they get it back. Rodman with the ball. Back to Rodman. It's rebounded by DeBusschere. Outside Anthony. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 12 points for him.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Rose. The 10-footer finds the target. And here's Frazier. Stolen by Rose. Goes up. Finishes the break with a slam. Now Frazier. 6 points for him. They set the screen. Outside Anthony. Just 4 to shoot. A pass to the bush. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Back to Rose. Oh, took the... The first free throw is good. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. And Rose drops them both. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Down by 15. Here's Richardson. Pass to Oakley. Here's King. And here's Richardson. Now here's Richardson. That's a floater go. And that one's good. 8 points for him. Jordan with it. He's got 17. Right side Rose. Back to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. And he bangs it home with one hand. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And here's Richardson. He's got 8. Here's King. The Knicks making a switch here. Richardson with it. Shot clock at 5. Here's Oakley. Chicago grabs the miss. They led by as many as 18 points.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
And here are the Knicks. 17-point game. There's a good screen. Kicks it out to Richardson. Here's King. 6 to shoot. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple. And he is a persistent defender too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
Pass to Love. He's against Oakley. Puts it up from 7. And it's Love missing.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that one.
That's good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Here is Armstrong. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Left side Butler. Left side Butler. Here's Sloan. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Oakley. Now Monroe. Pass to Richardson. There's a screen.
Defensive foul.
6 on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Here is Armstrong. Here's Sloan. No good, unable to end this run.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now, here is Monroe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Oakley. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. And the Bulls making a change here. Here's Monroe. 4 on the clock. 3-pointer. That's good. Here's Sloan. Outside Butler. Pass to Noah. Here's Sloan. Looking to end his cold spell. That one wide left. New York trailing. 10. There's the block. Pass to Butler. Here's Dang. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Here's Richardson. They set the pick. Clock at 6. The 15-footer. Love grabs the board. And here are the Bulls now. They led by as many as 18 points. Sloan, that's good. He's got 6.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Richardson with it. 10 points for him. Off the screen. That flees off the pick and hammers it home. And so here is Chicago, leading by 12. Outside Dang. Back to Butler. Here's Sloan. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now, here's Richardson. Stolen by Noah. That's shot. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls out front. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And here comes Rose. Here's Sloan. Pass to Kukoc. And here is Dang. Shot clock at 6. Shoots it up. And blocked. But they recover it. Back to Noah. Dang up top. Here's Sloan. Beyond the arc. Starks with the rebound. Now the Knicks with it. They trail by 14. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Here's Sloan. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And here's Rose. Here's Sloan. Now Richardson. Pass to Starks. Now, here is Oakley. Outside for Starks. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Outside Rose. Dang. Now Noah. Here's Sloan. And again, no good by Chicago.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Here's Richardson. Back to starts. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sloan. Outside Rose. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Kukoc. Now here's Rose. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Starks with it. They set the pick. Here's Richardson. Starks. Pass to Oakley. And it's rejected. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Now here's Pippen. Pass to Rose. Gilmore. Just 5 to shoot. And Derrick Rose gets the 3. 20 points for him.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Now here's Frazier. Here's Anthony. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Kukoc. Back to Rose. And here's Pippen. Outside Rose. Leads him in there. Rodman up and in on the layup. And here comes Frazier. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Anthony. Lets it go from deep. Can't get it to go. And here's Rose. There's the pick. Pass to Kukoc. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
Back to DeBusschere. Anthony with it. DeBusschere with it. Poke loose. Now here's Kukoc. Outside Rose. Pippen. Shoots. Shot is no good. Back to Rose. Pass to Kukoc. Now Rose. 6 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. 22 points for him.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Here's Anthony. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. So it's Chicago now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Left side Rose. Gives him the lead pass. That drops.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now Frazier. Pass to Anthony. Here's Stoudemire. Guarded by Kukoc. 6 on the shot clock. Back to DeBusschere. Fires the 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And the Bulls making a change here. Now the Bulls with it. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Outside Rose. There's the pick. Gilmore. That's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And so it's New York with it. Frazier outside. Pass to Anthony. Pulls up. It's blocked.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Here's Rose. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, he's got 24.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Pass to Frazier. Shot clock at 6. Houston. And it's good from the elbow. Here's Jordan. Here's Rose. Outside Rose. Outside Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Jordan. Fades. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Can't get the chip in. Now the Knicks with it. Outside Anthony. Now Frazier. With the lead pass. On the basket by Ewing.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Rose. Back to Rodman. Outside Rose. Left side Rose. Outside for Jordan. For 3. It's hauled in by Frazier.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Anthony's shot is off. And here's Rose. Outside Pippen. Outside Rose. Anthony on the double team. They swipe it. Throws down the breakaway jam. Now Jordan. Outside Rose. There's a good screen. Ewing comes to help. Clock at 6. Outside Rose. Frazier. And so it's New York with it. Houston. Back to Frazier. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. There's the bucket. Good. Chicago with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. There's the screen. Outside Rose. Gilmore. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Now here's Anthony. Pass to Frazier. Houston. And again, New York with the triple.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And here are the Bulls now, leading by 12. Now here's Pippen. Up again. Slams it home for the putback. And here are the Knicks. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Outside Anthony. Banked in off the glass. Rose with the ball. Pass to Jordan. Covered by Anthony. Jordan with the bucket. New York with the ball. Back to Anthony. The three-pointer, no good. Outside Pippen. And so Chicago. Derrick Rose.